So you can see that a lot of progress has been made over the past few months. I got the thing painted, got most of the interior in, and well, let's look at the interior. All right, on this interior, yeah, a lot of work was done in here. Same thing I did with the floors in that video. Put in some sound deadening there to bridge that gap and make the floor a little more flat. All right, I got one of these out. Wow, look how much rust is on there.
8 hours later.
All right, and one by one, these got done. They look pretty good. All the shifter bushings have been changed out all the way to the end here. And of course, a 2-channel stereo system. Doors are all ready to go. It's looking pretty good in there, except for the headliner. That was pretty good. Got most everything wrapped up into here. So now I'm kind of focusing on everything I can do to get the glass in it. So, well, you know, I can put the windows in and, you know, it could be watertight. Unfortunately, the headliner kind of wraps around the pinch weld molding here, and really you can't put any glass in until you get this headliner in the way it's supposed to be. Typically that I don't want to make videos where there's been a lot of ground covered already by other maybe YouTubers or maybe myself, but I really couldn't find anybody who agreed on how to put this headliner in. This is actually kind of a bulk headliner where it's not even trimmed, so I think the other videos that I was seeing were, well, they were all kind of set up and ready to put in, and this one's clearly not. While the stitches are made for the bows, well, not everything's trimmed out so you can put it in easily. So we're going to take some measurements and find out what the middle is, and we'll stick it up in there.
1 week later.
All right, well, I had to take a break for about a week. What I ended up having to do was there's some vinyl that goes on the A-pillar here, and then there's 2 pieces that go on the B-pillar, the lower portion with a little bit of foam, and then, of course, the upper portion here that gets the seat belt thing attached to it. So kind of had to put those up there. I didn't glue them, and I left them unglued pretty much like 2 inches from the headliner. Therefore I can kind of peel it back and kind of seal it up and then put that over it. Should be pretty good. So like I said before, I have all the headliner bows here. Here's a diagram of the headliner bows. They kind of start a little narrow on the front and get wider in the rear. So I think what I'm going to do first is locate where the center of these things are, locate where the center of the headliner is, mark those 2 things. I'm actually going to put some kind of something I can feel as I run this rod through there. I want to be able to kind of feel exactly where it's located in there so I can make sure it's dead smack in the middle. Let's get these things installed in the headliner and then install the headliner in the car. Just let it hang and droop and see what it looks like. Shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, so I got this pretty well stretched up now. You can see the headliner looks pretty good in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this and right where I want to put my glue in here, and then I'll just put the glue just on the upper pinch weld up here, and we'll stretch it on there. I'm not going to worry about the sides until later, but it looks pretty tight to me, and you can kind of put your hand up there and should be kind of like a drum. Check out the rear. Yeah, same thing back here. Looks pretty good. All the headliner bows look pretty good. So I think I'll mark this also and glue this up.
A few minutes later. "11 minutes later."
So now to finish this up, you want to put some tension on the headliner here. Look underneath until there's really no wrinkles. And well, it's a really important step. You saw me cutting this fold of fabric where the rod would go really short, and the reason for that is I want to put some glue right underneath here. What that's going to do is it's going to glue this together so that you don't have like a big fold of fabric or anything like that underneath. And then it's going to go in this channel, so you know, this is what the rubber gasket looks like. So you don't want to put all this in there. You just want to put one fold, so your glue has to be really accurate just on that ledge, top ledge right there, and that's all you really want it. This thing's about done. So it's a good idea to make sure to start your screws, make sure those are going to screw in fine, and mount this wing window opener here before you go and fasten any of this fabric on there. And now, with that, my friends, this headliner job is done. I kind of like how it turned out. One thing that maybe I should have done a little bit differently is maybe just stretch the corners a little bit more and start there, and just kind of crisscross, because what I did was I kind of set the front up and then tacked the front up and did that corner. By the time I got to this corner, well, it wasn't so good, so I ended up having to debond the rear here and kind of start over a little bit, and it created a lot of extra work for me. And then I have just a little bit of a kind of a softer spot in here. There's lots of good tension all over except for this rear corner, and I kind of pulled it back as tight as possible without creating a wrinkle, and well, it looks pretty good. Hey, if you get anything out of this, give me a like and share and subscribe. Till next time.